Hey, welcome back. Hope everybody is having a great Friday, and thank you so much for joining me talking all things Masters of the Universe. Today, everybody, once again, we're doing another MasterVerse versus Origins video, taking a look at an iconic character. As you can see, it will be CLAWFUL. Take a look at him in the packaging from both MasterVerse and Origins. Take a look at his beautiful arc he comes with. As you can see, I do have him loose, right, in the collection, so we can take a much closer look of this amazing figure. And we're basically asking the question, which one do you prefer? Do you prefer his new Eternia MasterVerse version, or do you prefer his more cartoon variant of Origins? All right, of course, if you are new to my channel or first time watching, I hope you will subscribe afterwards. I hope you'll hit that like button, and thank you for doing that. Hit that notification bell when you upload new videos, and please share this video who has a passion and a love for collecting all things Masters of the Universe. Without further ado, let's take a look at CLAWFUL. And of course, we'll take a look at his, you know what, let's do his Filmation cartoon collection version first. All right, get his loose variant off to the side really quick. All right, and here he is in the packaging. All right, get a camera right there. All right, of course, you got the 80s Adventures logo here, and the He-Man and the Masters of the Universe logo from Filmation, looking absolutely amazing as always. You got that beautiful sky, the purple and blue and the stars. All right, the Filmation version of Grayskull. Man, I'm telling you, if they gave us a Filmation version playset of Grayskull, sign me up today. All right, but of course, there is old CLAWFUL in the packaging, a much different version of CLAWFUL that we've been used to in toy form. You know, but basically, this is the Filmation variant of CLAWFUL here. There he is. All right, comes with the Horn of Evil. You have the Cartoon Collection logo here from the. Basically, it's the Filmation logo, but it's the Cartoon Collection logo here. All right, the Mattel brand here. All right, looking very cool. All right, and of course, I will give you my pick as well, and I hope you will let me know which one do you prefer. But I will give you my pick of who I prefer as far as CLAWFUL. All right, turn it back around with some very, very amazing, gorgeous artwork. And speaking of Filmation, I do hope at some point we will get a Filmation cartoon collection variant of Sorceress. Hope that's coming soon in 2025. But there's old Trapjaw using the Horn of Evil. Old CLAWFUL. Alright, there he is. Right, of course, the Cross Cell. This evil edition. It's all evil. In fact, this whole couple of videos have been purely villain edition. I did do a hero one a couple weeks back, if you want to check those out. All right, but I do enjoy these. I do enjoy doing these verse comparison videos of these of these iconic figures. Now, as you can see, I do have him loose right here. Now, what we see in it's amazing what we see in the cartoon or on television is so much different when we actually get in live action or in toy form. And a very different take of CLAWFUL here. To me, this CLAWFUL here is cool. I love the fact that they're paying tribute to the Filmation cartoon. It looks amazing. But with CLAWFUL here, I get more of a Snake Man vibe than his, I don't know, his crab form or his sea form. I don't know. But it's still an amazing version of CLAWFUL here. I gotta say, no weapons at all with CLAWFUL. In fact, to be honest with you, everybody, I don't remember CLAWFUL a whole lot in the Filmation cartoon. He was there, but I feel like more in the later half of the the show. Probably near the end of season 1, season 2, from the get-go, I don't remember CLAWFUL. Now, when I'm talking about, look at the difference between what you got in, if I get this down here. Come on. Might have to hold him. But you can see, what we saw on television, and what we got in toy form is so much different, it's crazy that, they would adapt, and it makes sense, giving us that big giant claw, with CLAWFUL here, instead of his standard, 2 pinchers he got. which is not articulated, which I feel like they should have done. So it's so much different, like the difference of the take of Clawful here. I think he's gonna fall. Hang on, everybody. All right, everybody. So I got him back up there. So yeah, you can see the different styles and takes between both versions of Clawful. I mean, it's a different, character altogether. If you weren't a massive fan and collector, and somebody handed you this, and you just started collecting, and somebody handed you this figure, for the most part, you probably would even me, I'll say that, if I didn't know the brand, and the love of this brand, and somebody handed me this, this figure and told me that this is Clawful, I would be like, you're crazy. It's not Clawful. It's so much different in, as far as appearance and look. It's, from the face sculpt, from the body, from the skin tone, I mean, from the pinchers and stuff like that, it's all very unique and very different. So it's kind of crazy what we got from Filmation cartoon here on screen to we got from toy form, from the 80s and Origins, it's crazy. It's so weird, Yeah. And of course, here is the Horn of Evil, which I say, it's hard to, if the hands were more articulated and more, you had that pinching, sensation, to grip the Horn of Evil, then that'd probably be a really cool, item to have with him. You got to be very careful to try to figure out, a way to get it properly into the arms. But still a pretty cool item right here it comes with, all right? But there's the Filmation cartoon version of Clawful compared to his Origins variant, all right? A very different take, as you can see. Like I said, a different style, different look, the face sculpt, from the armor to not having his iconic giant pincher, which he did adapt finally in the 2000X cartoon line. Oops. So this is still an amazing version of Clawful, a very cool, iconic, like I said, like Mattel and Origins, brought these Filmation figures to life to us, and, I can't say anything but good things about that. It's just, to me, what we got in the Filmation cartoon is not what I prefer, as far as toy form. So, having said that, I do prefer the MasterVerse version and the more, like, vintage variant of Clawful, to me, with his iconic claw, his look and stuff like that. But this is still a very cool version of Clawful, without him right here, of course, from Filmation, we will not have him, so, I mean, but you can see the differences. Like, I don't understand how Mattel, watching the Filmation and I know Mattel and Filmation were two separate, entities, but, getting the rights to Filmation to make this, how do you go from this to this, So it's very weird, but, this is still a cool character. But, I do prefer this version, of Clawful, which is kind of like not this variant. I mean, I like this variant too, but it's not about this version of Clawful. It's about the MasterVerse version compared to the cartoon collection. Now, if you want to go from this version to his New Eternia variant, and that's a different story, but I still prefer the MasterVerse version, guys. I'm sorry if I'm being a little bit too confusing about this. It's just weird how you can see, taking this amazing character from Clawful, from Filmation, and in making it to a live action, figure for us and giving us this. But let's take a look at his MasterVerse New Eternia variant right here in the packaging. All right, I hope I didn't lose some of you guys. All right, I do apologize for that interesting review. But let's get here. Let's get the packaging over here. Okay. So you have the old school packaging once again with Clawful here. You have the 30 points of articulation right there. All right. You have the old school MasterVerse. All right. All right. Of course, there he is in the big deluxe packaging. You got this beautiful back armor. There's old Clawful right there. He does have his iconic green, club. All right, he does have an articulated arms right there, with his large pincher or claw, and his smaller claw too is also articulated. His armor. Now, one thing I do say, it's kind of weird that they included a shield with this version of Clawful, which to me, it seems a little off to me. Unless the Classics version of Clawful did also have a shield. I don't know. I'd never collected the Classics line. But you know what? We can look for. We can check it out. Hang on, everybody. Oops. All right, everybody. So in Classics, thanks to Pixel Dan and Dark Horse Comics, here is his Classics version. Came out in 2011, and he did have a shield in a way. It's very different. It looks like a part of his body almost, with the red. You got the same club. You can see right there's the shield right there. There is in the packaging. Of course, here he is from front to back, side to side. All right. And it looks like the shield is like right on the back of him right there. You can see it's more of a part of his body that comes off, that forms the shield. Of course, there's a little fun factoid right there. I'm going to pause it so you guys can read it about that. All right. So a very different, basically what you have here is more of the vintage style version of Clawful. What this one kind of does too, the new Eternia in a way. But one thing I do like, one thing I didn't notice, he doesn't come with like an extra armor shoulder blade thing here. All right. The one thing I do notice, which I kind of like right here, and I do have him right here in loose right here, is the armor itself, which, in a way pays tribute, all right? This MasterVerse new Eternia variant pays tribute to the Filmation variant of Clawful here, as you can see with the armor here, with the blue gem, which you kind of see here, in his Filmation variant right here, with the blue right here. So I like that. I like the fact that Mattel, and MasterVerse gave us that option, that little callback to the Filmation cartoon with this armor here, which this version of Clawful did not have. It's just, this is what this was Clawful here, from the vintage line of Origins, and of course the vintage line from the 80s line. But I like that. I like the fact that they pay tribute and to the Filmation cartoon with this type of armor for the with the MasterVerse version of Clawful. But like I said before, I do prefer this version of Clawful. They've, so much detail on him. I know the pinchers is fully articulated. Even his claw right here is articulated. Blending in the Filmation, MasterVerse, the 80s variant with the club here. Everything about this version of Clawful is cool. Well done right there. He looks amazing. There he is right there. The detail is incredible. Like, got the back metal, armor or blue armor on his boots right there from the face sculpt. I mean, I even get that 2000X vibe as well, in a way, of the new Eternia version of Clawful here. Let me go ahead and turn on the turntable here, as you can see both of them. But let me know. Maybe maybe I'm missing something. What do you think? Maybe you do prefer the cartoon collection version of Clawful. Is the favorite. It's still a great one. Like I said, Mattel and Origins has done an amazing job, bringing the Filmation cartoon figures to life, finally, for us collectors, in more detail, more articulation, so let me know. But I do prefer, personally, I do prefer the new Eternia Masters variants of Clawful over the Origins Filmation variants, or maybe you're more, maybe like, this variant over these two, so, or the 2000X, version. I don't know if he's going to have a Turtles of Grayskull variant at all. So only we have to wait and see about that. But like I said, I love the detail. Kind of, this also pays tribute in a way, somewhat, of that armor from Classics in some form, with the red right here and the shields that you can put on the back. What we just saw, it's different shape. It's different, yes. But I like the fact that they're paying tribute to the Classic line, to the Filmation cartoon line, to the 80s variants. So like all these are like this version of Clawful, to me, it's blending perfectly with this figure here, with all the the 2000X, the 80s variants, the Filmation, to the Classics line. So I think they did an amazing job. The one thing is kind of weird to me is the shield, this orange shield here, or this yellowish golden shield here. Is kind of odd. But still an amazing figure. But let me know in the comments below, your thoughts and feelings, and what version of Clawful do you prefer? Do you prefer his MasterVerse, or do you prefer his Origins look? All right. All right, guys, I'd like to take the time now to, of course, to thank my subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. All right, this is a lot of fun. Like I said, this has been a week of villains, of comparison videos, from Evil End to Clawful. Of course, I did do a hero version about a couple weeks back. All right, so I do hope you have enjoyed these videos. All right. So, of course, don't forget to hit that notification bell when I upload new videos. And tomorrow, I'm hoping, like you, I'm still on the hunt for new figures, guys, for anything new or anything I can unbox, like the Necroconda figure. It's hopefully very coming soon, I'm hoping. If not, I'm probably going to unbox Panther, finally, in the collection. I've been waiting for this for some time. But if for anything new, anything at all comes, my way, as far as Master Universe, like the She-Ra, Ram Man, Modulok. I'm hearing rumors that Modulok, I might be getting a Modulok very soon in the collection. From Modulok to She-Ra to Ram Man to Mantena to Necroconda. Unboxings. I really do hope you guys would join me for that. So I hope you guys and hope everybody has a great Friday. And I'll see you guys on Saturday. Take care, and have a good one, everybody.